Well, that was what you call obliteration. Hey, it's Unseen Future again. Back again with another video. Down at level 65. Uh, I got a level 65 video. I got a couple I think I'm going to do. And I also got, I just put out a level 30. But I just wanted to point out one of the main problems at low level. And it's over level phantoms, of course. We believe this is a max level phantom. And I actually was online with some friends. Still McBlade is going to come in here in just a minute. I called him because I figured these guys were running TT. Over-leveled Phantom. And then the host is not very good. But he's just sneaky. He runs around behind, tries to hit you in the back, you know, while you're trying to concentrate on the over-level Phantom. Still McBlade does all the heavy lifting in this video. So we get to win. Eventually we beat them, but unfortunately, we don't get the over-level Phantom, so we're not 100% sure, but we're pretty sure he was max level just by everything he was using. But I guess the easiest way to handle these kind of situations is to get rid of the host. I mean, that's going to be the easiest way to handle this. Now, we want to beat this over-level Phantom. And Still McBlade almost does it multiple times. You'll see it in the video in the next clip. This is 3 clips. I lose once to him. He comes in. We end up losing. I panic and I end up, you know, blowing this one right here because, you know, you're not gonna, with him having heal from afar and all this, just basically every kind of overpowered thing in the game and using it all at the same time. It's really going to be hard to beat a 2v1 like this. But still, McBlade is a much better player than me, and he was handling the over-level Phantom pretty well. So, but here in a second, you're gonna see I'll panic. I end up losing, and then I leave him on by himself. So, you know, we get back in there pretty quick. And once it's over with and we do beat him, we don't run into him again. We couldn't get him again, so I guess they were done for the day. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, back to the problem with level 65, level 30, anything probably 85 and less, you're going to have this issue right here. That guy will bleed you in 3. Now, granted, I didn't have extra protection on for bleed except for the shield. I could have done something there, but I didn't. But FromSoft, when they come out with Tarnished Edition, and I don't think they'll ever do this because we've had plenty of updates and plenty of chances for them to fix this particular problem. I think the biggest thing that they need to fix is the defense. As you'll notice when I'm hitting this Phantom with normal attacks, it's really reduced damage. Like I hit him with a great bow in the face and it done like 104 damage a while ago, so it's, you know, very low damage. I think that's what really does it. You don't have the finishing power at low level anyways. You add in an over level Phantom that has his, you know, even if he's not over leveled, he has his build properly made, you know. But he's got a lot of int and a lot of faith. So we're just assuming he's over leveled. And another reason that makes me think that is the fact that I run into another guy running the same exact build. The bleed with the patas and the endure, the exact same thing. But I was at level 50 and I was able to take him out. It took me a couple minutes. And the host was busy with a boss. So that was the reason it was easier to deal with. And the fact I was using like off-meta weapon, I was using like an axe or something. You know, like Crescent Axe, I think is what I was using. So that made it a little bit. But, you know, he had to respect the you know, my damage. Here he doesn't have to respect our damage. He can just take what damage we deal out and trade with us. And then beat us that way. He don't really have to do anything. And then when he does get in any kind of little trouble, right here in a second, the host will bail him out. The host is, that's all he ever wants to do is hit you in the back. Very few times is he going to swing at you head to head. He's just there as a distraction and to bail this guy out. And like right there, McBlade almost had him. And the reason I'm not attacking that often, I don't want to hit Still McBlade because if I hit him at the wrong time, it's just going to make the problem worse. And I'm going to end up getting him beat. And I don't want to do that. But like I said, he does all the heavy lifting here, and he's the reason we won this invasion. At this point, though, I've done said I'm like, look, if I get a chance to get the host, I'm just going to get him because all he's doing is hitting us in the back, or hitting you in the back every time you get close to beating him. So if I get the chance, I'm going to do it. And, he's fine with that. And you see the damage he's dealing with pot. The bleed pot is at that. It's pretty hefty damage plus the bleed. But this whole video has overlevel phantoms in it, and this is the worst one by far. And right here, I get the finish, and then poor still got stuck on something right there. He would have been fine too. But most of the phantoms I run into are around level 200ish, somewhere in that range. And then every now and then you get a 300 plus to a max level every now and then. Now, if the max level really don't know what he's doing, sometimes you can handle him. But if you got one like that that's super prepared, it's I'm not gonna say impossible, but it's really really hard. And I'll win the rest of these because none of these are just to the point. They're not over level to the point that I can't handle it. Let's just say that. I think there may be one. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll probably put down by whenever I finish a phantom, I'll take the number of souls that I get and calculate it. And I done that in the last video on one of the clips. I'll try to put like what level they were. But from what I've calculated so far, they're roughly, most people are 200, some of them are 150, but the most common is 200. Really, really common to run into 200 level phantoms at low levels. But that's what this whole video is about. I think the defense is the problem more than the offense. Like, they hit really, really hard, but their defense is, to me, the issue. That and the bleed. So, if you don't already know, most people know this. Their bleed and frost and madness and any kind of effect they're putting on you is the exact same as it would be at whatever level they're at. So their bleed damage is going to be the same as it is at max level. It's an ongoing problem that FromSoft has never fixed from the very beginning. Apparently, it's always been that way. See, and a lot of it is most of these phantoms are not dealing any kind of status damage. So that really, really helps. You don't have to worry about that one proc that's going to beat you. Like frost proc, boom, you're dead. Or bleed proc, boom, you're dead. Madness proc, you know what I'm saying. Because if you've been hit by madness spots at low level, you know exactly what that'll do to you. And even when you're using madness and lightning pots and different things like that, it does massive damage at low levels. I try not to use it as much on people that are at my level now because it is just super overpowered. But if I see them using any kind of DLC weapons or they have overlevel phantom, then anything goes in my book. But I keep rambling. But the status effects and the defense of these overlevel phantoms is the main issue because you don't have the stopping power that you do at 85 and up. Mainly 150. You got plenty of stopping power. It don't matter if you run into an overlevel phantom or not. You're going to have enough damage to make them respect you. They have to back off. But here they don't have to back off. They can just they don't have to respect anything you're doing because you don't have that stopping power. I know there are some weapons you can whip out and get, like Dragon Halberd's always been a decent one for proc and frost, even on high level phantoms. But now with the new armor sets, I really haven't tried it that much, so I don't know how well it would work. It may work. It may still work really good. I don't know. So, I don't know. People can put their comments down and, what you think would be best. I do think they need to nerf the damage a little bit more. But it seems like it's weird to me because some phantoms you'll run into and when you beat them, they'll be like level 300 plus and you're like, they seem normal. They seem nerfed like they should be. But did you run into a guy like on the first invasion and even this guy, and he ends up being around level 200, I think. And they their defense is pretty high. So is the game computing this properly? Is that what's going on? I don't really know, because sometimes you'll run into an overlevel phantom, and it's like you're fighting an uphill battle. You know, you'll hit them and they'll do like 100 damage. You know, really, really low damage, especially at 30. You'll see that more at 30. You'll hit them and you'll be like 100 damage per hit. This is going to be terrible because they hit you and see how much damage he done right there. He done a big chunk of my health in one. So I know I'm going to get blendered, so I got to be super careful. And then, like I said, the host, in every one of these situations, the host is not very good. And some of them, the host is totally clueless. But I think that's their problem. That's the problem that they're going to run into. They're not going to learn anything because the overlevel phantom is going to do all this damage. Even though they're going to be fighting a boss right along beside their overlevel phantom, the overlevel phantom is going to be doing the majority of the work. They're never going to learn the thing that From Software games teach you, which is you're gonna die. You know, you're gonna lose, but you learn while every time you lose, you learn. If they don't have to lose, then they never have to learn anything. They don't have to learn how to fight invaders. They don't have to learn how to fight bosses. They'll go through the entire game, beat the game, but they basically got carried through the entire game by their overlevel phantom.
That's crap.
That's just my opinion. That part of it is, but yeah, I think the defense, because it's almost like overlevel phantoms have the same defensive properties that they had at the level they should be. And the same thing we know the status is that way for sure. But like I was saying before, and I always get sidetracked, but some phantoms, I've even beat max level phantoms and think, man, they were really easy to beat. And it was like the game nerfed them properly, brought them close to my level.
Look at this bitch.
Whatever the invader's level was, or not really the invader, the hostess level. I'm sorry, it brings them supposed to bring it down, bring them down to the hostess level. So sometimes you'll do it, and you'll be like, okay, that was obviously the game computed properly where they should be.
God, look at him.
You know, by their hit points and defense. But like I said, you run into people like that first one, don't seem like they're nerfed at all. Like they don't have any. Even their damage seems extreme, a little bit extreme compared. Because you got to think that guy was using bleed potas, so his damage is overall damage is like his AR is reduced.
And some fire coils.
Because you get that bleed proc, so it reduces your AR.
Imagine you this bad as this fucking guy right here.
So, anyways, I don't know. Maybe I hope you got it all. I hope I covered everything. I'm trying to remember everything, and I'm watching the video. And if I say something of note, I want to say something. But if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Please leave a comment too, and let me know your experience on this too, and what you might, what you think is going on. Is it just a From Software, mess up? I know the status part is because they've never fixed it, but why does it seem like say a max level phantom, and it takes me forever to even get them to half health, and endurance is a problem on this level too for finishing, especially an overlevel phantom. But then the next guy you fight, you just totally murk him, and you're like, and he was a max level phantom too. But he seemed like his defense was nerfed where the other guy doesn't. I hope you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain it the best I can. Like I said, I get to ramble it, but anyways, I guess that's it. Like I said, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. And I will catch you guys in the next one. GG's, and bye-bye. Got you.
Okay. Yeah. Ah, yeah. GG. GG. Okay. Sure. Bye, over-leveled gamer. What are you doing? Don't fall off now. Where are you going? That's probably not the wisest move for you. Whoa. Don't fall off. Hey, gamer. GG, buddy, GG. You shouldn't be running around with over-level Phantom, though.